Coming up on the season 17 premiere of Making Moves, find out how JTA played a critical role in bringing a multi-billion-dollar German auto manufacturer to Jacksonville to build autonomous vehicles. Eugene Lindsay reports on the economic impact of the deal and what it could mean for First Coast companies. Also, JTA's safety program goes next level as it unveils its new mobile safety bus aimed at saving lives in our community. And a longtime JTA board member wins a national award. Those stories and lots more on an all-new Making Moves starting right now. Hello and welcome to the season 17 premiere of Making Moves. I'm Vicky Gutierrez in for Bill Milnes. We begin in North Jacksonville, soon to be the home of a new $100 million manufacturing plant. Leaders say it will help change transportation here in Jacksonville and across the United States. The announcement came from JTA's Autonomous Vehicle Test Center. Germany-based AV manufacturer Holon would base its North American headquarters right here in the River City. The plan is to build thousands of autonomous shuttles for public transit, including for JTA. Here's a closer look at the announcement and what it means for JTA's U2C project.
Holon is exactly the type of company that we want to attract here in Jacksonville. An innovator and job creator with a global reach and a reputation for delivering. We're grateful for your $100 million investment into the northwest corner of our city. Yes. And of course, the 200 jobs with competitive pay and substantial benefits that you will bring as well.
And there was, of course, a big desire also by some of our potential customers, partners, to see us producing vehicles as they have ambitious plans rolling out autonomous mobility.
Our hearts and minds were in the right place. It was how do we move people in this community more effectively? We recognize that this technology would help bridge the gap that communities around this country are suffering with, which is equal accessibility throughout a community. Think about the manufacturing and selling of these vehicles to other cities around the country and potentially exporting them back to Europe. What that does from an economic engine for this community.
Germany's economy is very focused on manufacturing and on the automotive sector. So having for the first time an automotive manufacturer here in the state of Florida is a huge deal, because it means that Florida is a place where manufacturing can succeed, and also in the automotive sector, where in the past you had German manufacturers going to places like Tennessee, Alabama, and the Carolinas. Now, for the first time, breaking ground in Florida for a plant that will produce vehicles at industrial scale, that is really a huge signal.
We have from the early beginning considered mass production, availability of content, of components from the market to support the mass production, because it's nice to develop a nice prototype, but if you can't find suppliers supporting that later on, you will not take it to the mass production and subsequently never take it to the road.
This puts us in a different category in terms of the diversification of our workforce and the businesses or industries that Jacksonville is supporting and frankly benefits from.
In the competition for leadership in the market for autonomous vehicles, China, the United States, and Germany. And I think the alliance that we have between America and Germany really shows its benefits here, because we have something the Chinese don't. We are able to pool all the talent and bring the best minds together to make this future vision a reality right here in Jacksonville.
It's not just Jacksonville, it's not just Florida. This has national implications in terms of how we move people across this nation, and for us to be able to bring that notoriety to this community that we feel has so many benefits and so much potential going into the future.
It's the opportunity that has me the most excited. It's the fact that we will be the first city in America to permanently deploy autonomous vehicles in a public transportation system. Yeah, that's right.
With Holon setting down roots in Jacksonville and with phase 1 of the Ultimate Urban Circulator debuting next summer, City leaders are increasingly optimistic about the economic impact to the entire metro area. As Making Moves senior correspondent Eugene Lindsay explains, the impact is expected to reach far beyond just the transportation world.
Holon is coming to Jacksonville. Today, I'm thrilled.
It's an announcement that's been years in the making. For nearly a decade, the Jacksonville Transportation Authority has championed autonomous vehicles as the future of mass transit. Holon, a German producer of autonomous vehicles, recently announced they are partnering with the JTA and the city to build their first ever U.S.-based AV manufacturing plant right here in North Jacksonville.
I'm thrilled to confirm that we are going to set our first ever manufacturing plant here. By doing so, it's our ambition to solidify Jacksonville's leadership as pioneers in future mobility.
Holon's plan is to build a $100 million manufacturing plant here along Zoo Parkway on the city's north side of town. The nearly 500,000 square foot plant means some 200 new high-paying jobs in North Jacksonville from the very start. And they say the number of skilled employees needed will more than double when AV production ramps up.
Could there be a greater celebration for 904 Day with all things Duval? There you go. You're getting it. And to welcome this wonderful company to Jacksonville. Thank you.
Jacksonville Mayor Donna Deegan says Holon's choice to set up shop in Jacksonville is a big win for the city, and that the city is happy to support this groundbreaking initiative.
Holon is exactly the type of company that we want to attract here in Jacksonville. An innovator and job creator with a global reach and a reputation for delivering. We're grateful for your $100 million investment into the northwest corner of our city. Yes. And of course, the 200 jobs with competitive pay and substantial benefits that you will bring as well.
Florida Congressman Aaron Bean agrees, saying that Holon's manufacturing plant will not only impact the local economy, but will reverberate across the country.
The recruitment of a Tier 1 automotive manufacturer to Northeast Florida is an economic milestone for our community and significant for our area because to be at the forefront of restoring America's manufacturing might is happening right here in Northeast Florida.
Holon officials say as production ramps up, they expect to roll out some 5,000 autonomous vehicles a year from the Northside plant. And the company's presence is expected to spur even more growth in the area, with many support businesses relocating right here to Jacksonville, putting the city at the center of the autonomous vehicle industry in the U.S.
Welcome Holon to our community as they plant their flag in Jacksonville for the nation and for the world to see. You heard about the immediate economic impact, $100 million advanced manufacturing facility. And in addition to that, the jobs that will be created by this facility, and then the sub-suppliers that come behind Holon's partnership here in Jacksonville. The list goes on and on and on, and it will be generations that will be in the future that will be impacted by this investment today.
Holon will produce their flagship AV, the Mover, in North Jacksonville, but it will be marketed and sold all around the world. But people in Northeast Florida won't have to go far to experience the future of mass transit, as the Mover will surely someday soon be roaming the streets of downtown Jacksonville.
We are driving boldly into our future. We are signaling to tech companies that they have a home in Jacksonville, leading the way on AI and getting new public transportation options rolling. For all these reasons, we're embarking on a history-making journey here today. Jacksonville is ahead of the curve, and we will keep pushing the envelope.
In North Jacksonville, Eugene Lindsay, JTA, Making Moves.
Holon's vehicles will be integrated into JTA's Bay Street Innovation Corridor downtown starting in 2027. Meanwhile, JTA has been meeting with community members as part of its public outreach efforts for the Bay Street project. Downtown stakeholders shared their feedback and got their questions answered about the project at several public meetings in October. JTA experts and U2C partners provided updates on Bay Street, including progress on the Automation and Innovation Center at La Villa. For more information on the JTA's autonomous vehicle program, as well as the Bay Street Innovation Corridor, visit us online at u2c.jtafla.com. As we told you last spring, the JTA earned the Storm Ready certification from the National Weather Service, becoming only the second transit agency in Florida to do so. This program equips transit agencies with essential safety skills to protect lives and property during hurricanes and other extreme weather events. Those skills came in handy recently as Florida faced back-to-back hurricanes. Although not in the direct path of either hurricane, JTA still had to prepare for all contingencies. Still to come on Making Moves, we're heading out east for the grand reopening of a neighborhood staple as JTA unveils a one-of-a-kind bus stop near the Deb store. Plus, JTA board member Ari Jolly is honored for her work in transportation. And JTA goes pink in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Stay tuned. You're watching Making Moves.
Sometimes in life, in order to move forward, it helps to look back.
To learn from the pioneers and trailblazers.
To gain inspiration from those who came before us.
To show us what it means to act with empathy and to show that love has no labels.
Join WWE and Love Has No Labels throughout the year in celebrating people from all communities and heritages.
Because when love has no labels,
that's a love we can all fight for.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
You're watching Making Moves, the most honored transportation news and information program of its kind in the country.
Welcome back. There's something special about preserving history and seeing a community come together. Neighbors, business leaders, and city partners did just that in Jacksonville's Out East neighborhood with the restoration of a local favorite. Making Moves was there for the grand reopening of the corner at Deb store, and we learned how JTA is honoring this piece of community history.
The Debs family owned and operated this store in the early 1900s, and it was in existence about 90 years. But then the patriarch had passed away and the corner store closed down. And it had been closed for about 15 years. And Joe Debs worked and wanted that entire time to revitalize the store.
The family not only worked here, they lived here. This was their neighborhood as well as their place of business. And for the next 90 years, as you've heard, Deb's store became iconic in the East Side. It was the center of East Side, and it was the place to go for everything.
And he was able to finally connect with Lyft Jacksonville. Lyft Jacksonville connected with Goodwill. Lyft brought a bunch of donors to the table to help reconstruct and expand this building for what it is today.
And we saw Debs as really a flagship centerpiece to the neighborhood-wide efforts that needed to happen. And that's when we picked up the baton and looked to bring the right partners in and find the resources to make this dream that we're standing in front of a reality.
Out East, historical area, has been considered a food desert the moment the Deb store closed.
While it was a beautiful, historic neighborhood with rich history, it also had some clear challenges. And again, we saw this as an opportunity to be a flagship development to represent the resurgence of the historic East Side. And initially the idea was to deal with food insecurity. That was the original genesis of the conversation. But as we looked at it more and looked at the partners, the vision really became, how can we create this community hub where residents and visitors could come for not just one thing, but other needs they may have as well.
And not only are we operating this beautiful grocery store, but we also have a good career center on the second floor. And that's a location for all of our wraparound support services to be brought directly to the community. Anything we offer at Goodwill is here at the corner of Deb's store on the second floor.
JTA was a big partner because one of the first things is how do you get people to and from? And they stepped in from day one, and it turned into promotion and also redesigning a couple of the stops to give them a historic local East Side feel. And so JTA has been an amazing partner.
They rerouted their system to have a bus stop here, even created a covered, sheltered bus stop to bring more access from the community, from outside the community to the corner at Deb's store.
And in a neighborhood where a lot of folks use public transportation, they stepped up very early on to say, how can we help?
The reaction from the community has been very positive, and the patronage continues to grow day after day, week after week. So it's been very well accepted.
I think about my grandparents, I think about my dad, think about my uncle, and I think they'd be very humbled today to know that their legacy will continue in terms of serving this community.
My hope is that this is the cornerstone for the community. The cornerstone it was, 5, 6, 7 decades ago. A meeting place, a happy place, a safe place for the community.
So this is an example, not just for the East Side, but for Jacksonville, on really what collective, collaborative work can produce when we put residents first and bring our best to the table. This is the beauty that we can create together, and we're very proud of it. We're very proud to be a part of this, and we look to see more amazing projects like this all over the city.
Congratulations are in order for JTA board member and past chair Ari Jolly, who was recently recognized by the American Public Transportation Association. Jolly has been named the Outstanding Public Transportation Board Member of the Year. This prestigious national award celebrates individuals who make significant contributions to their communities and to the industry while serving on public transportation boards. Here's what several JTA and civic leaders had to say about Jolly.
Congratulations, Ari, on being selected as the 2024 Transit Board Member of the Year, a very well-deserved honor. Your passion and commitment to the transportation industry is unwavering. The JTA has had the honor of your service since 2015 when you took the wheel of transportation in Northeast Florida to ensure our success. Again, congratulations.
Ari Jolly is one of a kind. She's had the opportunity to serve our country. She served our city of Jacksonville, and now she's leading at the Jax Chamber. No one deserves this award more than Ari. Ari, congratulations.
Congratulations, Ari, on your recognition as Transit Board Member of the Year. This puts us on the national stage, and we are so proud. You've been just a phenomenal leader as your friend and professional colleague, and on behalf of all of the other board members of the Jacksonville Transportation Authority, well done.
I have known Ari for more than 20 years. Ari is a quiet, courageous, and always respectful leader who demonstrates excellence in every endeavor. The work she has done in service to our community, including her chairwoman role at Jacksonville Transportation Authority, is truly a depiction of her commitment to servant leadership. She is an incredible businesswoman, an amazing mother, a fantastic wife, and a once-in-a-lifetime friend. Congratulations, Ari.
I want to thank APTA for this award, for a role that has brought such satisfaction, joy, and pride to me for the last 9 years. It has been a professional and personal highlight of my life to be a member of this team. And I want to thank my fellow JTA board members, current and past, Nat Ford, and the entire management team and employee base at the JTA. Thank you, Katie Smith, our JTA TBA. You are the prototype of what a superstar TBA should be. TBAs rock. Thank you to my family for supporting my passion and the time needed to make a difference. Again, many thanks. It's been an honor.
We here at Making Moves send along our congratulations to Ari Jolly on this tremendous honor. When Making Moves continues, the JTA takes safety to new heights with its mobile Narcan training program. We'll unveil the Safety on the Move bus when we return.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome.
prediabetes does. One in 3 adults has prediabetes, and you could be one of them. There are usually no signs for prediabetes, so it's important to understand your risk. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Hi. I'm your retirement fear. But don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Pre-retirement? Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. Here, this is pretirement.org.
Retirement savings options? Potential tax breaks?
Yep. Moo.
Oh, I could build up savings for my side hustle. This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
You got this.
Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan.
They say there are no excuses. They say to just push harder.
They say to just go faster.
But when we're on the field, they don't know what's going on inside us.
How hard is too hard?
When do we get support?
When do we raise our hand and ask for help? We need each other.
Love. You're mine.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Be your own hero.
You're watching Making Moves, the most honored transportation news and information program of its kind in the country.
Safety is a top priority for the Jacksonville Transportation Authority for both employees and the thousands of passengers it serves every day. In fact, the JTA often uses its platform to educate the community on vital safety topics. Now JTA is helping train Jacksonville's vulnerable populations on how to administer Narcan, a life-saving medication for opioid overdoses. Here's more on the launch of the Safety on the Move bus.
We are standing on the Safety on the Move bus, and the Safety on the Move bus's first mission is to take Narcan training to underserved communities. We have several partners that we've partnered with to ensure that this happens, and it is data-driven and trend-driven.
We needed really good data so that we know we direct the bus to locations that there's a real need, number one. Number two, we needed Narcan, so we got the 2 partners, the data partner, which is the DEA HIDA, and then we got the Narcan partner, which is CCA, so they provide the Narcan, and we're providing the training.
A lot of people believe that we just move people from point A to point B. But I've always been under the impression that we move souls and that we work with humans. And what better point are we already going into the community as being a point of providing training and providing help directly into the community, because we're already going into the community where people are.
In reality, access is a really big thing. Even though we do trainings, we do some online, we do things like that, some people either don't have access to the internet, they don't hear about things, they don't necessarily, they're not on the channels that we're advertising. They're not at the school where we do the training, whatever happens. And so this way we are going to the people, and it is an entire total game changer. Right now, Narcan is $50. It is available over the counter, but it's $50. That is a lot of money to spend on something you may or may not need. So in reality, it completely removes that barrier. But in addition, it removes stigma because we openly talk about this. I think for a long time, people would say, oh yeah, that's not my issue. And the reality is it's all of our issues. We all live in this little vacuum and we think we're the only one and we don't want to share, and it's overwhelming and there's a lot of stigma around it. This project is a stigma buster. And so it will really help to just bust open the awareness that we're all impacted and that we all can be hurt by this, but we all can be part of the solution. The goal would be that we train everyone across sectors, across ages. We have elderly that can be impacted as well as infants that have been impacted. We want to get everyone trained, understanding, confident, ready to engage. They understand that the laws behind them, the law will protect them if they decide to. We want them to understand what an overdose looks like so that they can. We want them to know all the right steps to engage. There's 4 steps. We want to make sure they know them, that they engage them, and that they do it right, and that they personally save a life. This is really big, and we're taking this to the people. It's an utter game changer.
Last week, the JTA announced it was refinancing $69.2 million worth of Series 2015 local option gas tax bonds. It's a move that will result in cash flow savings of $17.7 million to the authority over the remaining life of the bonds. The bonds are rated AA with stable outlook by both S&P and Kroll. Now for our final story, the JTA honored employees with a special photo shoot for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Each October, the JTA invites employees impacted by breast cancer to participate in a group photo, spreading hope and support for those still fighting. JTA has once again partnered with Pink Ribbon Jacks for its Give One, Get One campaign. To learn more, visit pinkribbonjacks.org. And that wraps up this episode of Making Moves. For Bill Milnes and the entire Making Moves team, I'm Vicki Gutierrez. Thank you so much for watching. Now we leave you with some highlights from a few of JTA's recent Moving Forward events around Jacksonville. Take care, and we'll see you next time.